who sold frog legs for his living. We had a flowing well in the barnyard, and they had a culvert across the road into the lake where it drained into the lake. And the frogs would congregate there, spring and fall. And my dad would go down and he'd, if one net full, and he'd fill an 8-gallon bucket of frog legs. And then at night, behind locked doors, we used to string those frog legs by the dozen. 1 dozen on the string, and then we'd make a knot, another dozen. And he used to sell them to the St. Paul Hotel. And he didn't drive downtown, but Hank was about 14 years old, and he drove all over. So they drove as far as the streetcar line, and then they took a streetcar downtown. And Hank hooked his heel in the step of the streetcar, spilled the frog legs. So the streetcar waited till he picked them all up, and then they went on their way. What's next?
No, policeman. St. Paul policeman.
St. Paul policeman?
What?
St. Paul policeman?
St. Paul policeman helped him pick him up.
Oh, I understand there was a St. Paul policeman that helped Hank pick them up.
Okay. The second topic is Uncle Ray took you to a dance.
Yes, and my mother wouldn't let me go out on Saturday night, so Ray said she can come with me. So we went to Forest Lake to a dance at the pavilion, and on the way home, Ray got drunk, and the cops picked us up. They took Ray to the jail and took his girlfriend and I home. I couldn't wait to wake up my mother and tell her that the cops had brought me home.
Oh, gosh. Do you remember when Lori was a baby?
Yes. I don't remember when she was a baby, no.
Do you remember when she was born?
Yeah. Yes, I remember when Lori was born, because Julie and Connie were making pickles, and Julie went into labor, so Connie was left with the pickles. And what did you say, something about she cut her finger?
She cut her hand on a broken jar.
Cut her hand on a broken jar and had to go to the doctor.
Right.
And so that's the day that Lori was born.
Yep.
I don't know if Tom was there or not.
Oh, I think he was, yeah. Yep. Do you remember?
Yeah, but then Lori got to be royalty.
Yes.
Laura got to be royalty when we went to Mobile, Alabama, and she won the prize. She was the queen of, what was it?
She was Junior Miss.
Junior Miss.
Minnesota Junior Miss.
For the state of Minnesota.
Yep.
And we were real proud of her.
Do you remember the trip we took to Owatonna? When she was crowned Minnesota's Junior Miss?
And she was crowned? She wasn't crowned at all. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Owatonna, Minnesota.
Well, that didn't make any difference.
Well, it got her to Mobile.
Yeah.
Remember how cold it was? It was January. It was freezing cold in Owatonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. When we went to Owatonna, the first time she was crowned was in Owatonna, and it was so cold, and we didn't take time to eat whenever all the time we were there. Nobody ate. We're too busy.
Oh. Oh. How about Jim? What do you remember about Jim?
Well, Jim, they brought him from Florida when he was 6 months old, the first time we saw him. And they had a little car. What kind was it?
Volkswagen.
Was a Volkswagen.
A Volkswagen. And so they were pretty crowded there.
In a horrible snowstorm. Remember? We had a horrible snowstorm.
Oh,
They showed up in a terrible snowstorm.
did they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Record.
Record snow. Almost as
So I gave Jim a bath. I remember that so well. Poor kid, he needed a bath. After a trip like that.
Oh.
His mother and dad were worn out.
He didn't especially like water either.
Do you remember how Jim could imitate the call of the loon?
This what?
How Jim could imitate the call of the loon?
Oh, no, I don't.
Well, he spent...
Jim spent quite a bit of time with us at Mille Lacs,
Yes.
and so he learned to call the loon. He could imitate the loon real good.
Yep, he could. He could.
I got more than that about Jim.
Something about Julie and a La Leche convention in Chicago.
Oh, that was Lori.
Oh, Lori?
She went to a.
Malachi.
No, you took care of Lori, you said, for 3 days while Julie went.
What was during?
La Leche? La Leche? When Julie was in La Leche?
Oh yeah, La Leche. Oh, when Julie was in La Leche, she went on a. She represented her unit, and she went to Chicago. I
Yeah?
don't know if it was Chicago, and I took care of Lori for 3 days. That was a real nice time because Lori was a real good girl.
Was she a baby or a toddler?
No, she wasn't a baby. She was walking.
Okay.
Must have been talking.
Yeah.
She talked young. Talked real young.
Yeah. Did you ever have them in Girl Scouts? Was she in Girl
No.
Scouts? No. Do you want to talk about when they moved into the house on Sunset Lake? Do you remember when Tom and Julie built the house on Sunset Lake?
Yeah, when they built the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's not.
Well, that's during the 60s.
Lori and Jim.
Yeah.
This is about Lori and Jim.
Do you want to just say anything else to the rest of the crowd?
Oh. I'm sure this is quite a gathering.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be there, but I'm not able to move that well. Although I'm doing fine. I'm living in a beautiful complex in Mesa, Arizona, and we have sunshine every day, and I love it.
Good.
I love the weather, and I'm very happy in my small apartment.
Good.
That's enough.
Do you want to say something in French?
I'm trying to think. Bon appetit.
Perfect.
Very perfect.
It is perfect.